Hi guys, welcome back to Decorating Happily Ever After. I'm Chalet Cabin. Today I want to show you the exterior remodel of my little chalet. I did all the work myself except for the roof. So let's take a look around. It's an exciting day, guys. Today they're starting the new roof at the chalet and I'm going to do an exterior remodel. As you can see, this poor old roof, it was ready for it to go. And we're going to replace it with a red metal roof. Guys, the chalet is located in West Tennessee. We are pretty close to Reelfoot Lake. If any of you are fishermen and are ever in West Tennessee, you definitely want to look it up. It's sort of a tourist attraction. We're about 10 or 15 minutes from there, and it is famous for its catfish, and there are catfish restaurants there. People come from all around to enjoy the catfish. I do not like catfish though, so I don't. You won't find me there having any. Reelfoot Lake is named after the Reelfoot Indians that were in this area. The lake was formed a couple hundred years ago during an earthquake on the New Madrick Fault, and the Mississippi River flowed backwards in order to fill it up. But now people enjoy the fishing. There are lots of cypress trees with their stumps sticking up out of the water, and we used to go there when I was a kid. Our family would go camping there. And I never saw the the attractiveness of it. To me, it was more or less a glorified mud hole. But anyway, fishermen love it, and there are cabins, lake houses around it. And so if you're ever in this area, you'll have to go check it out. Well, as you guys can see, the new metal roof is finally on. It's cardinal red, and this is what they call a raised seam roof. It, I guess, is seamless. It doesn't have like the screws all along the seam. It's actually a commercial roof. They use it on bank buildings and schools and that sort of thing. The contractor complained mightily about putting it on, but I really like this type. I've never really been a big fan of metal roofs, but because we don't really have any trees in this area to shield the little chalet, it is really vulnerable to high winds. So hopefully this will be the solution. And it only took the contractor 6 months to get it finished. Well, I say finished. He lacks just a little bit on the eyebrows over on the side of the house where I'm working today. And then he'll be finished. And this is my part here. As you can see, guys, we've got shingles that are on the vertical part of the house, and we're going to change that. That really should be stucco for a Tudor style, but I really don't want stucco, so I'm going to do a metal, and then I'm also going to do a new design here for the exposed timbers. This is my little drawing here of how we're going to have the exposed timber design, and hopefully it'll come out like this. There used to be 3-tab shingles here, and ever since I bought the chalet, that's pretty much what's been there. I really didn't care for it, but the roofer wanted to put it back, and so I let him. I guess that was about 20 years ago or so, and I was always unhappy with it, and so now I'm doing what I really wanted to do. I'm replacing it, putting siding, and I've got my trim boards. I'm going to do sort of a Tudor style here with the exposed timbers, and I'm doing it in reverse. I'm doing the darker color. I've got called Turkish Brown. I'm putting it in the background, and then I'm going to go back over with the rust for the beams to give the design. And so that's what I'm doing today. The contractor was supposed to do this when he got finished with the roof, but like most contractors, he had something else he wanted to do and wasn't that interested. I was like, no, never mind, I'll do it myself. I've had to clean up after many a contractor. So my nephew, Logan, he's 15, he's helping me today. So I'm a little more than halfway on this side. Let's go back around this way. I'll show you what I'm using here. Pardon my mess. This is the trim that I'm putting on. It's actually a faux wood product. I like to clean up all my tools after I'm finished with my project, but that's not Mother's way. She likes to clean up alone, and I told her that if she were helping the Lord when He created the earth, she would put His tools away on the 5th day, and He never would have gotten done. So I'll be looking for something, a hammer or saw, and she'll say, oh, I put that away. As you can see here on the front, this is how it used to look with the 3-tab. And I added the windows years ago. There was only one little long window here at the front, and it said gas. It had a little cloth that hung with a light bulb behind it, and I replaced it with these 3 little octagon windows. The stone that's on the house came from a local creek. It's called Mill Creek, and as you can see, it was kind of a tradition. The graduating classes used to carve the date of their graduation into this stone. Thank goodness they've stopped doing that now. But that was a tradition. And I'll show you something else that I'm going to work on as soon as we get done. Behind this, there are 2 boarded up doors that used to go to the restrooms when this was a service station in 1932. It was built by City Service, and we've got these 2 doors, and I don't like the way I have them right now. I'm going to do a more rustic door. I'm going to build them to match what I'm doing on the gables. And I still have 2 more sides to go before I get done with them. And ta-da! Here we go. It's all finished. Guys, I'll go back and point out some of the things that I've changed and piece in some of the footage from before. I would show you guys me working and doing it, but I didn't really want you to see me filthy and dirty, so you'll have to use your imagination for that. Of course, we have the new roof. I didn't do that. Here in the gables, guys, I added all this woodwork. Previously, there were 3-tab shingles, and I'll cut in some before pictures. And we had that done on the last roof just because that's how it was, and I never really liked it. So I wanted to give it more of a Tudor style look, and I put all this woodwork in myself. It's actually a faux wood material, so it won't rot in the future. And there are 4x8 sheets that I put on first, and then I went back with the one before trim to make the design. Of course, I've repainted the windows. And here on the railing, I've added a little more detail. I've rewrapped my columns with some of the new faux wood and made a recessed panel here on the front so that I could paint it the brown color. And I had the letters spelling out the Chalet. I built this handrail several years ago with the little wagon wheels, and so I just thickened up the post a little bit to give it a little more presence. And here, guys, I built some new faux doors. I'll show you the before. These were the entrances to the bathrooms when it was a service station. And it's kind of boring, but I've replaced some wood up under the porch area here. And I reglazed all of the windows. These are the original windows, and I like the large pane windows and I wanted to keep them. And here you can see I did this gable the same way. And I've also reglazed these little windows. Here I've got my little bare bench. And I gave them a fresh coat of paint. And I have one more faux door here that I built. The lights that go around the chalet are original from when it was a service station, and we decided to keep those. Next, I've got to decorate the chalet for fall. I'll be sure and show you guys that. Here I'm running into Old Scruffy. We've named our trees here. This little tree used to be in a pot, and one day we set it free, and now it's grown into a giant. We call it Old Scruffy because it used to look so bad when it was in the pot. One time my nephew said, "Uncle, what do y'all call that tree? Old Pokey?" I said, "Old Scruffy." Here we have a little side area, and this is where I'm planning to do some more work in the future. In fact, I had a bricklayer come today and give me a quote. I want to brick this lower wall and have pillars put, brick pillars, and then hang wooden fence, and have a fireplace built here in the corner, a tall corner fireplace to go up, and we would have like an enclosed room. And here on this side I have a couple more bare benches. And I'll show you my woodwork up here. I did all that myself. It's pretty high up. I spent days on the ladder, but I survived it. And I think I'm going to pick out a brick that pulls out one of the colors here in the stone. This stone came out of a creek here in town called Mill Creek. And I want to pull out one of these colors, either the rusty tone or the gold tone. I'm not going to do a stone with a stone, but a brick is what I'll use for the pillars and the fireplace. And then we'll have a cozy little area here in the corner to roast our marshmallows. I want the fence to go on around here behind, and we'll have gates at that end, and then I'm also going to put gates at this end so that we can have a totally private area here to the side. It'll be kind of like an outdoor room, and I can do tablescapes out here, and we can entertain out here. I've got my large pots. These have nandinas in them. They're one of the few things that can survive so little water, because I'm not over here to water very much, so I put in these large pots with the nandinas. I just love my little bare benches. I found these at an antique mall several years ago. They're not old, but they're cast aluminum, and I think they're so cute. And here by the front door I have some Adirondack chairs with some cute little camper pillows that I found at Walmart.com. And I have went ahead and put a fall basket on the door. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up. Be sure and subscribe to my channel, Decorating Happily Ever After, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a video. I'm Chalet Cabin, hoping that you decorate and remodel happily ever after. Bye-bye now.